in hanging, they are very important, and a very fine, careless dissection is needed. That we have to dissect neck particularly layer by layer, and for that matter, the principle is that we should get a bloodless field, and for this purpose we either first open the skull, the head, and then the chest, or the chest first and then the skull. That means before opening the neck, we drain out the blood by dissecting the head and the chest first. And in this manner, the blood will be drained off from the body, and a clean, bloodless field will be visible when we will dissect out the neck. And this you can see a clear, clean cut field. A transverse tear in the intima of the carotid artery will be observed. Because of the drop, there will be transverse tear in the intima of carotid artery. And when it is usually with a drop, sometimes the drop is not as marked, but when it is with drop, the transverse tear will be there. The muscle fibers of the superficial strap muscles, the platysma, and then the deeper the sternomastoid, they will sometimes be torn. And the congestion and hyperemia will be within the respiratory tract, trachea, and epiglottis. And this is ante-mortem diagnostic finding. The first we've discussed on the external examination, that was dribbling of saliva. Dribbling of saliva on external examination is ante-mortem. All the rest finding which we discussed externally, they can be appeared if the body is hung immediately after the somatic death, that the person first dies of some other cause and the body is hung before the molecular death. After the somatic death, the finding will reappear, but the dribbling of saliva will not be seen. Similarly, when we dissect out the lymph nodes, the lymph node just above and below the ligature mall, they will be deeply congested, sometimes bloodshot or hyperemic, and this is never seen in postmortem hanging. So this is a diagnostic feature whether the hanging is ante-mortem or postmortem. Then because of the stretch, because of the drop, there is tearing of the subcutaneous tissue and white glistening band. If you have observed, आप लोगों ने जैसे कुर्बानी करते हैं बकरा, तो आपने देखा होगा कि जब कसाई उसको चेस्ट के ऊपर से स्किन को खींचता है तो वाइट फाइबर्स टूटते हैं, तो एक वाइट सा बैंड बनता है. सिमिलरली इन हेयर, when there is drop, because of the pull, the subcutaneous tissues, they are stretched and a white glistening band will be seen, and very few particle hemorrhages will be there. The posterior horns of the thyroid cartilage, this is thyroid cartilage, and the posterior horns, they may sometimes be broken because of the pushing backward, pull up and back, and these posterior horns, they are pressed against the vertebral bodies. And similarly, the fracture of the hyoid bone. Fracture of hyoid bone is pathognomonic feature of throttling, because in throttling we squeeze, and by squeezing the hyoid bone fragments, they are displaced inwards, whereas in hanging it rarely, because the ligature mark is above and it is upward pull, but sometimes when the pull is up and back it can be torn, then the fractured end will be displaced outward. In throttling, because of inward squeeze, the fractured end will be displaced inward, whereas in hanging, if it fractures, it will be displaced outward. And the fracture of the hyoid bone will be after the age of 40 when it is ossified. Before that, it is cartilaginous. So in hanging, the hyoid bone is rarely fractured, but if it does, it is because of the pull up and back, and the both the horns, they are pressed against the vertebral bodies, and the fracture is usually at the junction of inner 2/3 and outer 1/3, and the fractured segment or end will be displaced outwards. Then if we examine the viscera, the brain and other viscera, they will be showing congestion, petechial hemorrhages and edematous. But this is also important that the lungs, they will be congested and edematous if the respiration has stopped in end of the expiration. The respiration when stops at the end of expiration, then the lungs will be congested and edematous. But if it is at the end of the inspiration, they will be pale. So at the end of expiration, the lungs will be deeply congested, and in the end of inspiration, they will be pale. They will be not congested. Rest of the organs of the body, they will be pale. In hanging, usually the local injury is less as compared to strangulation, because there is only upward pull and local injury is much less found. Then in judicial hanging, sometimes, in judicial hanging, always there is fracture dislocation, but normal hanging, the vertebra doesn't fracture. Only the, as we have discussed uh, day before, that it has been seen that in hanging, most common cause of death is vasculature compression, not asphyxia, because experimentally they have studied that in person who had undergone the tracheostomy, through the tracheostomy hole the respiration can continue, and the constriction was above the level of tracheostomy hole. So when that person committed suicide, the vascular compression, he died of vascular compression because the knot was above the tracheostomy hole. So most common cause of death in hanging is vascular compression, not asphyxia. Similarly, in hanging, there is transverse tear of the spinal cord because of sudden violent jerk and the fracture of the upper cervical vertebrae. They lacerate the spinal cord. In that